everyone, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Wednesday, May 23rd, 2018. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I don't have a pun name today because my computer is down.
That is acceptable. Please remember,
I normally look it up like right after or right before the show. I just scroll down and randomly pick one that sounds hilarious. I don't have one today.
Do you feel lost? Do you feel distant and lost without one?
I could use one that I've heard from like The Simpsons or like Austin Powers.
Sure.
I'm Dixie Normus.
There you go. That one works. Please remember, everybody, you can help support this show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking up merchandise from the link in the description below. Also, we do go live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube. And if you have anything that you'd like us to talk about, send it to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iRedditcast, or by sending us an email to iReddit@mjolnir.media. So, Mr. Normus, how are you?
I'm alright. I'm broke. My computer's busted. I have to make a tower in order to sit this properly up, leaning against my hammock. I have like a nightstand, and then on top of that, I have A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. Then on top of that, I have 3 VHSs. One is like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. One of them's like El Diablo, and the other is like The Land That Time Forgot or something like that.
Sure. So everybody, if Nathan sounds a little bit different today, as he's mentioned, his computer is being a jerk, so he is running off of his cell phone today with a headset that is plugged into it. So it is.
I don't know if the mic is working.
It definitely is. Yep, okay. Definitely is.
I'm going to shout out Matthew Whiting because, well, he wanted me to, and I figured I would because he's a good kid.
Very well.
He's Michael's brother.
I'm sure he's good people.
Yeah, he's good.
Also, everybody, we were not here yesterday, and that is because Nathan was sick, and I had family that arrived in town, but we are back today, and if we can get through some technical problems, we should be back tomorrow as well. Otherwise, do you want to just go ahead and jump straight into things, Nathan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure? Cool. Because, yeah, let's do it then.
5.
Morgan Freeman to voice Vancouver transit system.
This was submitted by Prophecy Killer to our news.
So, Nathan, have you ever wanted Morgan Freeman to narrate your life?
A couple times after, watching him narrate some things that was pretty fucking cool, but I don't know. I feel like there's better people to narrate my life.
Sure. So like
Samuel L. Jackson. That would be motherfucking cool. And then this motherfucker walked right down to the fucking store.
That'd be great. That'd be amazing. So now, it's not everything that's on the train. It is specifically trying to push TransLink's new tap-to-pay feature. The trains are going to be featuring this ability to roll out credit card and mobile payments on board, so you could just tap your card or tap your phone, and it'll pay for your ride without having to do any transaction or anything like that.
We kind of have a system like that up here. There's like a bus app that you can use that you can pay for tickets on the app and show the bus driver your phone, and they'll just let you on.
So the system it won't tell you like the train number or the train's destination or anything like that. It is going to be more like safety reminders, and all of them are also going to feature a promotion for TransLink's new tap to pay feature.
All right. That's pretty fucking cool. I wonder how much they had to pay him in order to do it, or if he's doing it of his own volition. I feel like if I was as famous as Morgan Freeman, or if I was as famous as, I don't know, like Jack Black or Bill Murray, if I could do it without fucking over my my agent too much, I would be doing so much like free voice work.
Well, in this case, it's not costing TransLink anything. The collaboration is actually part of a Visa ad campaign, so like your Visa credit card or anything like that, they're the ones that actually paid for it. So it's not costing the train system anything, but in terms of how much it actually cost, we don't know.
Can we get different voices for different trains? Can I get the guy from Yellow Card singing each stop as if it was Ocean Avenue?
Maybe?
That would be so fucking cool.
I mean, you got the money.
Except we don't really have a good train system in Alaska.
No, we don't, but that doesn't mean you couldn't move somewhere that has a decent train system and pay them to do it there.
Which is really damn unfortunate. I feel like of all places, America should really adopt the European transit system when it comes to trains because, like, holy shit, they have trains connecting literally every fucking country, and it's amazing.
We should adopt a lot of things from other countries, but we're too busy being American to bother doing any of that.
Because we're right, and we're #winning.
Exactly, Nathan. Exactly that.
Hate it.
I know.
I hate it. The thing that I hate the most, right, is that we have to be #winning as if it's us against the world. But that's really not the case.
No.
We have just alienated all of our fucking allies.
Everybody.
It's amazing.
It's impressive.
4.
I mean, that's a word for it.
The zoo hypothesis.
This was submitted by Clay T6 to our space.
So
I love this idea.
Do you? So,
yeah.
So the zoo hypothesis is one possible solution to the Fermi Paradox, which the Fermi Paradox is a question that asks, where are all the aliens? Because realistically, we shouldn't be the only people that exist in the universe, or even our galaxy for that matter. And
so is it really a paradox if there's an answer to it?
Maybe. I mean, this is a possible answer. So, and most paradoxes have some sort of possible answer. It's a matter of figuring out the real one, the actual solution.
Sure.
But the zoo hypothesis suggests that humans are being intentionally avoided by alien civilizations so that we can grow and evolve naturally.
Man, we really fucked that up.
I mean, we're still evolving and growing, and we're getting...
Are we?
We're getting closer to the point where we are traveling into space.
I feel like humans have kind of stopped evolving because our brains have gotten to the point where we can design something for our shortcomings.
But that's kind of still a level of growth. It's evolving, rather than evolving on like a DNA level, we're evolving as a species.
I guess. I feel like it's less evolution and more metamorphosis.
So Kobe in the chat room says that he wrote a paper on this. What was
on the theory or whether or not humans have stopped evolving?
I don't know. Kobe says that human evolution is already well past mere biology as the realm of most change. I mean, while we may be inhibiting our own biological evolution, we're still evolving technologically. I mean, look how much has happened in just the last 100 years.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I mean, and
it's kind of funny because we still have appendixes and shit, and they just try and kill us.
Yeah, but I mean,
and tonsils.
It takes a long time for those kind of changes to take effect.
You'd think they'd be gone by now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway,
yeah.
So yeah, maybe we're just being observed like a zoo, and there's like waiting for us to figure out our own way to escape.
Bastards. Yeah, that makes me. That reminds me of Stargate and the Goa'uld and shit.
Ra's al Ghul?
No, the Goa'uld.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul.
No, because Ra's al Ghul is not the praetor to Egypt.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's close, but he's not.
Okay.
Like the Goa'uld were like legitimately the gods.
Right.
While Ra's al Ghul was just
a god.
No, he's the Al Ghul for Ra.
Sure, I'll accept this.
3.
Kim Jong Un is reportedly worried that a military coup could take place while he's in Singapore.
This was submitted by Kim Woo to Our World News.
I wonder if Kim Woo is related.
That's racist. You know how common the surname Kim is?
Yeah.
That's like...
What is it, Nathan?
That's like saying you're related to Michael Flynn because you also have Michael Flynn in your name.
You're right. That's exactly what I said. And I believe that you made that joke at one point on the show. Or maybe it was Adam, I think.
I don't know.
In any case, so currently the planned summit between North Korea and the United States of America is still scheduled to take place. It is scheduled to take place in June in Singapore, but the supreme leader of North Korea, Mr. Kim Jong Un, is concerned that if he leaves North Korea, that there will be a military coup to overtake his power.
Is it because he's trying to be too soft, or is it?
I don't know. It doesn't actually say, and we haven't heard this officially from any actual
Source.
Yeah, it's just
hearsay.
Well, it's information that is coming out of North Korea, but obviously it's very hush-hush and stuff, so it's difficult to actually pinpoint down where the information is coming from.
Yeah, because whoever comes out and says, "Hey, I said that," they're fucking dead.
Yeah, no, they're literally dead. So, and the thing is that he's literally a dictator, and dictators are normally very aware that they are dictators, and there's plenty of people.
I would hope he's very aware.
There are plenty of people that would like that to not be the case.
Well, to not be the case of him being aware, or
being a dictator.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
So, we'll see. I mean, already the possibility of that summit happening in Singapore is starting to get worse and worse, especially after the joint military drills between America and South Korea drastically upset North Korea, and especially Kim Jong Un himself. And then our own president, Donald J. Trump, has been just sharing his own choice words.
He's gonna Gaddafi them, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna Gaddafi them.
He's probably thinking they're gonna shove a bayonet up his ass too.
Yeah, probably.
2.
Michael Cohen's business partner agrees to cooperate as part of plea deal.
This was submitted by Vicaro to Our Politics.
So, of course, anything related in any way that could mean the downfall of Donald Trump immediately shoots itself up to the front of Reddit. In this case, Donald Trump's one of his private attorneys, Michael Cohen, who is one of the people that propagated the Stormy Daniels deal with the $140,000 that went to her.
Played by Ben Stiller on Saturday Night Live.
Exactly. He had a business partner whose name is, oh God, I'm going to get that so wrong, Evgeny Freeman, Evgeny, Evgeny. Evgeny Freeman, who is a massive taxi mogul. He owns tons and tons and tons of taxi cabs and taxi cab companies that has made him a very, very, very rich man. And he recently got arrested for tax evasion. But he was discovered that he was evading taxes as part of the special counsel for the FBI, Robert Mueller's investigation into Michael Cohen. They found that he had ties to Evgeny.
Evgeny.
Evgeny?
And do you know how I know that is?
How?
Because that is an awfully Russian name.
Sure.
And if it was in Russians don't have a j sound, they don't have a j.
Okay.
Instead, they use two letters. They use the de and the zh sound, and they put them right next to each other. So if that was a j sound, instead they would have put evdjeny because it sounds like j.
Okay, sure. And so through investigating Michael Cohen, they went, damn it, Tim. Oh, my God. So Tim Stein is in the chat room. Welcome, Tim. We haven't seen you in quite some time. And I mentioned that Mr. Friedman is being arrested for tax evasion, and Tim Stein asked taxi evasion?
Doesn't sound like he's a very freed man now.
Damn. Anyway. So
That's because prison is slavery.
He's being charged with felony levels of tax evasion. We're talking millions and millions of dollars of evaded taxes.
That's not just like skipping a year's worth of taxes, guys. So if you've done that, don't be afraid.
And so, but he doesn't really like the idea of going to jail for an extremely long amount of time. So he has decided
As most people.
Yeah, he's decided to plead guilty, and he hasn't outright said, but again, another person with a source has said that he is cooperating with the special counsel as well as the authorities in regards to basically anything that they want or need.
Plea deal, yeah, so that he can drop that sentence down. That's understandable, from a criminal point of view.
Well, and also as like a super rich dude that evaded taxes and a lot of taxes, if he is able to plead guilty and give them the information to the point that he can just get like 15 years of wearing an ankle monitor instead of being in prison for any amount of time, he's going to do it because it means he still gets to live a very rich life.
Even no, stop. Even if he's so rich that even if he does have to go to prison, he's going to those nice cushy prisons
Maybe.
because he got arrested on tax evasion.
Sure.
And he got booked on tax evasion.
Mm-hmm.
He's not being booked for
Murder.
Like a much harder crime like treason or anything like that. So they're
Mhm.
probably, or like what Shkreli did and fucking people out of a bunch of medicine. No, he didn't pay his taxes, so they're gonna let him go and sit in the cushy jail because everyone knows politicians don't pay their taxes.
Kobe asks. He says that you said from a criminal point of view, and he asks, "What is your secret life really, Nathan?"
I get to read a lot of criminal cases.
Is that why you're always tired, Nathan? You're like the anti-Batman. Instead of fighting crime at night, you don't sleep so that you can go commit crime.
I'm like no. I'm not like the anti-Batman because they have one of those. He's named the Man Bat. But
oh god, freaking
I'm
comics.
I'm more like an anti-Robin Hood instead of, or like an anti-hero, really. Like instead of coming into the situation that's already at hand and stopping the criminals and saving the good guys, I instead come into the situation, thwart the good guys, say hey to the criminals, and then I'm off on my way.
Sure. Well, speaking of the good guys,
1.
lawyer who sued Big Tobacco and won turns his sights to opioid makers.
This was submitted by one person, one idea to our news.
So, back in the 1990s, Mike Moore assembled a massive team of lawyers across all 50 states for a massive lawsuit against Big Tobacco. And basically what the lawsuit was about was that you are lying to...
They're lying to these people.
You are lying.
They ain't got no pancake mix.
Well, you are lying to the nation, and you are not giving them true information of just how dangerous the substances that you sell are. And so you are trying to get people to buy a product that you know is going to kill them. And he ended up winning. And Big Tobacco paid $246 billion out across all 50 state settlements. And that's why it's supposed to be significantly more better labeled, things like cigarettes and stuff like that, of the dangers involved with partaking in those substances. Well, he's back again, and he's ready to try and do the exact same thing in regards to the opioid crisis in America. So he hasn't filed anything yet, but he's currently making his way across the nation, building up a team of top-flight attorneys and local officials so that they can have the people and the resources they need for this legal battle.
Can I get an Avengers-style movie with a bunch of lawyers gearing up to do battle in court?
I mean, it kind of reminds me of the people, what was it, like 2 years? No, it wasn't even 2 years ago at the time. It reminds me of the people a year ago that were, right as the travel ban went in place, that they were trapped in the airport and weren't allowed to leave the airport because the travel ban had went in place while they were gone. And the number of lawyers that had set up in like McDonald's and stuff in the surrounding area to try and find a legal loophole to get them out of the airport.
Yeah, it's like it's almost similar to that Tom Hanks movie.
With Terminal?
Terminal, not The Arrival. The Arrival was much different.
Yeah,
Terminal. That was one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies. That fucking movie's a goddamn jam.
Arrival is a good movie, though. Have you watched Arrival, Nathan?
Yes, I have.
That is also a very good movie.
It is.
Anyway, hey Nathan.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
What did you care about in the last 48 hours?
That the NFL players are no longer allowed to kneel on the field.
Well, they are, but their team will be fined.
That's right. They'll be fine. However, they did lift the ban on having to be out on the field for the
Anthem.
The anthem. Yeah, I lost a word for a second in my vocabulary.
I noticed that.
But they can now sit in the locker rooms that they have if they were so inclined. I feel like it's some bullshit that they aren't allowed to do what they have been doing.
Well, and the one that really resonated me with the most with that situation is that, one, you're kind of infringing on First Amendment rights, and the union for football players has already said they are going to be reviewing their oh crap, what is the name of it? Their agreement that has a specific term. Basically, the agreement that says the members of our union will work for you under these conditions, and they're going to review that to see if that breaks their agreement in any way. But the other thing is that there are so many football players that get in trouble for, like, sexual assault and battery and all of these different things, and the NFL does everything they can to make it not seem like a big deal. But the moment that one person knelt during the anthem and the NFL is like, we can't have that.
That's because for some fucking reason, people don't give a shit about the other stuff and they'll continue to watch football. However, when it comes to kneeling, it's deemed as unpatriotic, even though kneeling is like one of the most respectful things you can do to the flag.
Yeah.
He didn't sit on his ass. He didn't, like, smoke a cigarette while the thing was going on. He fucking knelt because he was still respectful to the flag.
Yeah.
If he wasn't respectful, he would be fucking back-facing to it. He would be, pissing while the thing's going on. He'd be spitting on the ground and shit.
So, Chadwick says it's bad for business, which, I mean, according to the ratings for the NFL, the ratings for the NFL have been dropping lately, but I don't know if that's necessarily directly attributed to people kneeling during the anthem, or if it's because more people our age are getting older and just don't give a shit.
It's definitely one of... Well, no, because, like, football transcends ages for some reason. It's just sports in general transcends ages.
But one additional thing on that, yes, it does transcend ages and generations in some cases, but more and more people our ages don't have cable television. And
it's true, but that doesn't stop people from going to ESPN, .com and shit.
Sure, but
what's really cutting into football, right, and other sports in general, is that in order for the layman to start playing that kind of sport at that level, it takes you so fucking much training. Hard fucking training to get there. While people who are sitting there and watching esports are like, yo, those guys are just playing a computer game. I can definitely do that. So everyone starts migrating to these other sports that are, esports. And then learning that you still have to train a huge fucking amount to be on that top level, but that it's easier for you to get into a competitive level for an esport than it is for you to get into a competitive level for an actual sport.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Thing I cared about in the last 48 hours is something that occurred within the last 48 hours. And did you hear about the event that happened with Tommy Lahren?
Yeah, water got thrown in her face.
Yeah, so the thing is, though, is that I am in no way whatsoever a fan of that woman at all. I do believe that she feeds off of hatred, that she incites violence, and is only out to try and stir up drama and trouble for the sake of bringing attention to herself. And so she has a very large number of people that dislike her for those exact reasons, of that she is not just a speaker for the for the other side or anything like that, but that she intentionally says things that tries to drum up drama for the sake of garnering more attention, rather than actually presenting any level of argument. It's literally just, what can I say that is offensive that will get more people to look at me because it was offensive?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that said, she was leaving a restaurant, and somebody said, commented that a comment was made, and then she made a comment back, and then somebody threw water on her.
See, I thought it was a little different. I thought they were sneering at her the entire time, and then as she was leaving, she said something, then the other person said she was an awful person, and then she said something back, and then water splashed.
Maybe. Either way, just one thing to note, everybody, is that that's not really the proper way to deal with that situation. Like, the moment that you...
but at the same time, splashing water on a person is definitely not as bad as punching a Nazi in the face.
No.
Even though, like, the Nazi really deserved it.
And splashing water ultimately is pretty harmless overall, but at the same time, the moment that you take some sort of, even as harmless as throwing water is, the moment that you take a level of physical action against somebody, it just proceeds to be a very detrimental blow to whatever side you are on.
I feel like splashing water in someone's face shouldn't be considered assault, though, unless it's like seawater.
Sure. But either way, like, and all it did also was give her more of a platform, because she was the person with the voice. She got to go on Fox and Friends and talk about the situation. It's gotten more people to talk about her and talk about what her stance and everything is. I mean, we're talking about it now. And so really all you did was just give her more.
It's like that Metallica song. Give me fuel, give me fire. Give me that which I desire.
Ooh. All right. And that, though, we are going to get out of here, everybody. Please remember that you can help support this show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet. In addition, you can help us by downloading our show, our audio-only version, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play, all of which, if you leave us a 5-star review, it helps other people find the show. Follow and share the show on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all of which are at iReaditCast. You can follow me at Schwahn Michael and Nathan at Bimmenstein. If you have anything that you want us to talk about, you can catch us talking about it live Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Alaska time on Facebook and YouTube, and send us what you want us to talk about by sending us an email to iReadit@Mjolnir.media, or by going to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/iReaditCast. And that's
Oh shit! I gave Matthew the wrong email then.
That's all right. It forwards to the new one. So.
Okay, good. So he emailed us. We have to,
Cool. And that's it, everybody. That is your 474th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Dixie Normus.
And please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.